Welcome to Coach Chloe. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you for taking the time to watch the special Thanksgiving message, a journey of self love and gratitude. Thanksgiving is here, and for many of us, it's a time to gather with loved ones or maybe just take a quiet moment to pause and breathe. We often hear that it's a day for gratitude, for counting blessings, for eating food, for taking stock of what we're thankful for. But today, I want to take a look at Thanksgiving a little differently. I want to see it as something more than a holiday, a reminder of a mindset we can carry every day. So don't go away, stay right there. We'll be right back with something different. Welcome back and happy Thanksgiving to each one of you. Gratitude at its core is part of self love. It's more than just looking at the bright side or saying thank you for the easy stuff. Real gratitude, which is thanksgiving, gives us or asks us to embrace everything that shapes us. The joyful, light-hearted moments, sure, but also the heavy, challenging moments that we didn't ask for, but needed more than we knew. Because even those moments, the ones that felt so hard to get through this year, ended up being the ones that teach us the most about ourselves, that help us see our own strength and resilience. So think about a moment this year that was hard for you. Maybe it's still raw, or maybe it's something you just now realizing you've grown through. Sometimes those challenging moments, the ones that make us question everything, reveal our truest selves. They show us strength we didn't know we had, and they also remind us we can survive. And not just survive, but grow. Look at it. We're right here today. After going through all of that in 2024, we're here. You've grown. I remember a time not too long ago when I found myself questioning my path. It was one of those times when you feel like you're pouring yourself into life, but still wondering if it's enough or if you're really where you're meant to be. I remember feeling so alone in those thoughts. And then a friend reached out. And this is a new friend that I met through someone else, someone very important, a mentor, my mentor in my life. He said to me he has somebody that really should meet. And so she reached out to me. No fanfare, no big gestures. She just listened. She let me say things out loud that I didn't know I needed to say. And she reminded me that even when I felt alone, I wasn't really. It took me some time to realize that just having someone there, someone who you didn't need to explain or justify, was a gift I didn't even know that I needed. And that moment, right at that moment, that friendship became part of my journey. And, when I look back on 2024, and I just said that to her today, she is a gift. She's one of those beautiful gifts that I received in 2024. It reminded me that no matter what I'm feeling, I'm allowed to take up space, to ask for help, and to be seen, even when I don't have it all together. So maybe you have people like that in your life too. May people who've shown up for you or reminded you of your own worth when you couldn't see it yourself. Take a moment to think about those people, the ones that have been a light in your life, even if it was just for a moment. It doesn't have to be someone that is there all the time, but even if someone was there just for a moment. And if you can, reach out to them this Thanksgiving. Share what they mean to you. Gratitude is most powerful when it's spoken and shared. Another kind of gratitude I want us to think about is the gratitude we can find in our challenges. We usually think of tough times as something to get through or survive. But looking back, those are often the times that change us the most. Last year, I faced a very big change in my life. I've been talking about this often. My son moved out, and that was really big. Everything familiar seemed to be shifting. It felt like I was in over my head. At the time, I didn't know if I could handle it. But in those moments, I started jotting down some small notes to myself, a kind of survival tactic. Just reminders that I could handle one moment at a time. And that this is something I've done for the past 25 years of my life. Just jotted down those small little things. I didn't see it as gratitude then. I saw it as something that I needed to do to just get through the day. But as time went on, those little notes became little markers of my own growth. They became proof that I was stronger, more resilient, and more capable than I'd given myself credit for. And looking back now, I realize how grateful I am for that experience. It brought out parts of me that I didn't know were there just by jotting down those little moments. So, if you faced hardship this year, I want you to think about what it's taught you. What has it brought out in you that wasn't there before? Maybe it's resilience, maybe it's empathy, or maybe it's simply a reminder that you can get through tough things. These are gifts to us. And I know you may be saying, well, Chloe, you know what? It's not easy saying it. I know it's not easy. I know that. But we want to be able to see the silver lining in the cloud. We want to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We want to be able to hope. They might not feel like blessings in the moment, but they're part of your story. They're parts of your story. They remind us that you're more than what you've been through. There's also a quieter kind of gratitude I want to talk about. The gratitude we find in those everyday, ordinary moments. You know the ones I mean? Those quiet mornings when the world is still and you're holding a warm cup of coffee or tea, or when the sun is rising, when the sun is setting in the evening, or just sitting in silence with your thoughts. There's something about those moments that feels so peaceful, so grounding. When we take a moment to feel grateful for just being here, for the simple joy of being alive, we make room for that joy to grow. Life doesn't have to be big or perfect for us to feel content. Sometimes it's enough to just be. So I'd like to invite you to think of a small, ordinary moment that makes you feel at peace. Maybe it's a daily ritual, or maybe a favorite place, or even just a feeling you get when you're surrounded by loved ones. Just think about that moment right now. Let that feeling settle in your heart and remind you of the beauty in simplicity. If there's one thing I hope you'll take from today, it's that gratitude doesn't have to be saved for special occasions. It can be a practice, a way to connect with yourself, a reminder that you're exactly where you're meant to be on this journey of self love. Because when we honor all parts of our lives, the big things, the little things, and everything in between, we saying yes to life in its fullness. We're saying yes to who we are and to who we're becoming and to the love we're finding within ourselves. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Think of one person who helped you along this journey this year. Someone who's been there for you, even in ways you may not realize. Maybe it's a little something little. And if you can, reach out to them. Let them know what they mean to you, or just say thank you. Because gratitude, when shared, has a way of growing. It becomes part of your own self love, a reminder that you're never truly alone. And once whether you're going to call that person or send a text, notice once you've done that, how amazing you feel. There's something amazing but just giving love and showing gratitude. So, thank you for being here, for listening, for sharing this moment with me on Thanksgiving. I am so grateful for you. And I hope your heart feels full, that you feel loved, that you know you're exactly where you're meant to be. And may this feeling of gratitude and self love carry you through today, tomorrow, and all the days ahead. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to your family, to your household. Remember, who you becoming is greater than who you were yesterday. Take care, everybody.